Hey guys, can you hear me? All right, guys. Yeah. If you are ready, and please put a message in the chat box so we can start. Okay. So before we start, and I want to show you some of the students they mail me the homework. So I think it is pretty awesome. So yeah. First of all, let's just go to the website called Repel It. So I'm going to put the URL on the checkbox. If you won't have it, and you can click on the link in a checkbox in the YouTube checkbox. The checkbox over here, and then you can click on it. Now you can go to the Repel language Python 3. So we use Python 3.8.2 in this website. The other website I want you guys to do is called W3 Schools. I learned the coding from this website. So I want you also go to this website if you have time, and you just go programming Python, and you do follow this tutorial for your first tutorial to learn Python. And I know some kids, they just go YouTube, and then you Google how to learn Python, and they have pretty very good tutorial out there, and so you can learn Python from YouTube. So today I'm going to show you one of the students emailed me the homework, and David emailed me a homework about his game. And pretty much in our first class we used a function called print and have input. So he make a pretty awesome game. So I'm going to copy it and put it on here, and I will run his game and see if it work or not. Okay, I'm going to run it and see what happened. So it's saying, welcome to the game of my life. If you were just born, what would you like to do? So maybe I just enter and OK for how long. In let me just 12 minutes, maybe 12 minutes. Yeah, I guess he make a pretty awesome game, like just a text game, and if you have to answer the question in the very old day, and the game is just works like this. In case you don't know, and you can Google and see in the old day how the first computer game is the text game, and it's pretty much like this game. It's just like asking you some question. For example, he's asking some question, and if the player is type yes, and then you will print this out. If the player print no, it will say this. And also they have some option, like for example, it's asking, would you like to join the club, yes or no? And then if yes, it will have a couple of options on here, and they will show you the message. So in my age, and this kind of game is called the mug game, MUD mug game, right? It's called mug game. We use internet at the moment, and we can play all together, called multi-user dungeon. Yeah, that's my first game when I was in the college. And it's pretty fun if you got the point, and it's kind of like a story mode. It's like the RPG, but it doesn't have the graphic, and it just completely text. So that's why I like the homework, and he sent me this one, and I think it's good. So after this class, I'm gonna share this homework to everyone, and you can just copy and paste and put it on your repo it, and you can try it out and see how it works. And of course you can make your own one, and you email to me, and you make your own story. For example, his game is pretty much like a school game, asking some question about your role, and what you do, what do you do in your school, something like this. And yeah, of course you can define your own game, and I'm gonna send this one to you after the class. Okay, and that's all I have for the homework. And there are a few students also email me the homework on the about the what I say is about the Gmail one, and also have Luke, and he emailed me the answer. So it's pretty much is good, and I also like it. Like for example, I show you, and let me stop this one and then run it again, and it just saying pretty much like George and something like this. But I guess he just I put the domain name in the front because he put the mail in the front, and my name should be on this side, right, on the left side instead of the right side. So I'm gonna just change a little bit on his answer, and we'll let you guys know. So usually when there's a string, you don't need a parenthesis, and for the input here, and this input is just a string to like showing on the black box, this console, and like for example, please enter your username, like something like this. And now I just move around and put the name in the front, but the domain, the mail, the domain will put it by the end. So I'm gonna run it, and it will come and just saying please enter your username. Again, I would say like Sonic, so something like this, and it will show a correct answer called sonic@gmail.com. Okay, if you finish your homework, please just send me the email to help@dataera.ca, and I will look at it. And if it is fun, I'm going to do a demo to everyone. So today we are going to learn, continue to learn the string, variables, and numbers. And last week we learned a little bit about the variable, right? So what variable mean? It's just like a pocket or a box. You can put the value into this pocket, this variable. So for example, in this case, you can put a number 5 into x. X is a variable. So you can put a string. And how could you tell it is a string? Because it was wrapped by a double quote, either single quote or double quote. You can put it, wrap it, and make this one as a string. So we call string, and it looks like a sentence. So you put number into a variable, you put a string into variable. So what we are going to do today is like I'm going to put create a few variable, and we will do the calculation with the variable. So for example, I will do it here. Like I remove this part. So first, let's just define a variable, a name called A, just A, and now you have a number called 999, and now you have a B, and you equal to 500. Okay, now you want to know if A plus B, right? A plus B, you should have do A plus B, right? So if you have A plus B, and you will do the calculation like 999 plus 500, 999 plus 500. And I also want to show it on the breadbox. That's why I need a function called print. So I do print, but you have to put it inside a parenthesis. Put it inside the parenthesis, and it will show the answer A plus B. So I'm going to do it and click run. And now it tells me the answer is 1499. Yeah, I saw David already get the answer 1499, which is good. And I want you to do the same thing. If you get 1499, please let me know and put it into the chat box. And you said, oh, I got 1499. And after that, we are going to change this program a little bit, and we are going to make a calculator to do the to add any number you put it into from the breadbox. But what I want you to do, just do it really quick and type in this code and do A and B, and now you print out the output. And once you're done, please put it into the chat box and let me know so we can move forward. And at the meantime, I'm gonna grab a cup of water. I will be right back. All right, so it sounds like everybody got the answer 1499. And what I want you to do, just change a little bit here because I want to do the calculation for every number, right? So what you want to do, just like input, and it's saying input here, and the second one also input. What input do is just a built-in function. In if you type something here and press enter, it would have this thing and put it into the variable A. And for input here, I would put a message, so you will give a hint to the people. And like for example, I would have a code, a single code. You can do double code, and doesn't really matter in Python. And you can do double code or single code. It's up to you. And now I just say A. Please put a A. So please put a number A, a number. I put a number. And also please put another number. Now, if you have these two, and just have the input here, and I'm gonna click run, and it will show me please put a number here. So I will put 999, and then please put another number. I would put 500, and now I will get the answer called 99500. Okay, but that is not correct. Our answer should be 1499. Am I right? Now, because every time when we put something here 9999 or 500, it is a string. So we call string basically is some character. And what the Python do is just like, hey, I'm going to join them like A plus B. You just join 999 with 500 instead of doing the calculation. That's not what we want. So what we want is like, I'm going to make the A into a number, So how are we going to make a string into a number? So we call casting. So what is casting do? It's just like you convert the string into a number. Like you convert the string into a number. And we use a function called like here we use a function called int. Is int stands for integer. So what is integer mean? So it's like we call integer. For example, I type it for you in case you don't know integer. Right? But the function we use is called int. So we just have int, something like this. I think David already get it. So we just convert the input into integer. So how are we going to convert the a to the integer? You can do like this. I will show you the trick. You just do a equal to int a. So what it means here is like, because a is a string, and now you want to convert this a into a number a, and now you do b equal to int b. All right, and now let's just run the program again and see what happened. 999. Now I put 500. Now we got the correct answer 1499, right? So I just do a little bit trick here. It's called int, and use this function to make the a become from the string into a variable, from the string into a number. So it turned a string into an integer in this case. So that's why you have 999 and also have 500, and it will got 1499. So what I want you to do, just change this code a little bit, these two lines, number 5 and number 4. And I want you to run the same program and see if you can get the same value, 1499, or you can, of course, you can put different number in the first number and the second number, and see if your program is working or not, because it's supposed to add up these two numbers you just input. And I will give you like about 3 minutes. You just maybe just 2 minutes. I know you guys work faster than me, and that's why I will wait for 2 minutes. I want you to finish it as soon as possible. And what you need to do, just convert the a into integer, and convert the b into the integer, and also make sure you have the input and also the input. And we do a little bit test, like you can put the first number is 999, maybe just put 20 plus another 20 and see if you can get 40 in your program or not. And once you're done, please let me know and put it into the chat box so we can move forward. Okay, at the meantime you are working on your program, I just do my task by myself, and you should continue to work on your program. Once you're done, please let me know, put a message in the chat box, and I know you are done with it. And I'm going to just do some funny tests, like for example, I put 809 plus 1000 it give me the answer 1809. And maybe I run it again, like 1 plus 2, it should be number 3. And I also do, like, again I will do 6 plus 7, and now I got 13. And I also do, let's do one more thing, like 15, and now I have another one called 16, so it's 31. And it sounds great, and my program is working. And I guess most of you guys already finished this program, and I just want to show you how to do a little bit improve, because it looks like I just need to convert the a to a number, right? So what I want to do, you can put the int directory here, int, and rub it in here. Okay, now you just do rub it in here, rub your input directory, and now you don't need this one, these two lines, and it still works, because when you get the input from this function, it would be the parameter of this function int. So I think you got the point, because it just function, although you haven't learned the function yet, but you got the point. Whatever we put it into inside the parenthesis, and it will turn out to have something to return. And the same like input, and also the same for like int is to do the casting. And also we have print, the same called function, and we put things inside this parenthesis, and it will do something for us, and that's what we call function. And I'm gonna run it and just make sure they are doing the same thing. So this time I go back to 999, and also have another number called 500, and now you got 1499. It's just a shortcut, and you can put the input inside the function called int. You just put it inside here, and if you like it, you can say, hey, that's cool, right? At the meantime, I think you guys can do this. And what I want you to do is like, how about you just make more calculation? Like, for example, do you do the addition, and how about you do the subtraction? So we can do print a subtract b, all right, and also print a multiplied by b, or print a divided by b. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do, run this one, and it should every time it will show me 4 answers, and we will do 4 answers and see if it works or not. And again, I just put the first number is 999, and now this one is 500. Oopsie. And now I got 4 answers here. The first one, of course, is 1499. The second one is 499, because a subtract b is 499. And now you have a by b, because 999 multiplied by 500, it should be 499. How to say is 499,500. And now you also get they divide with each other. Is 999 divided by 500. You should get 1.998. All right. So you see the point why we use variable, right? Because when you got one time, and you can do a lot of things with the variable. And I think you will understand why we have variable, because you don't need to put the number to do this calculation a lot, and it just the a stands for the first number you do input, the b is for the second number you are going to input. And now you can do them by add it up to subtract them, multiply them, and divide them. Okay, so I want you to finish this one as soon as possible. Like I'm going to give you about again, give you 5 minutes. Once you're done, please let me know and put it into the chat box so we can move forward and we will learn something called if. All right, so I think you guys have finished this program. So I think you should be worried about a little bit on this program because we do, for example, we do A divided by B, and if you learn math, you know, if you do the division and if B is equal to 0, and it will causing the problem, right? So like for example, I run it. is first one is 999 and the second one number is 0. And now I got something long here. It's called division by 0. In that would causing the problem, because if b is equal to 0 and your program just broke. So how are we going to do that, and how are we going to avoid this case? Like for example, you put the b is equal to 0 and your program just broke, and that feels sad. And that's why we need to know, if b equal to 0, we will say, hey, you are doing something wrong. Could you put the number is not 0? Don't put 0 into the b, okay? Now you say, hey, how am I going to do that? And that's why we have in Python, there's something called if b is 0, if b equal to 0, and I'm going to do something. But like what you saw here, I put double equal. It's 1 equal and 2 equal. And here we put one single equal. In Python, we call assign. So we assign the value to assign this value to the variable called a, and we assign this variable to the variable b. And now I would say if b is equal to 0, so I need double equal instead of 1 equal, because 1 equal is called a assign. But in Python, if you want to say are they equal, so we could put 2 equal. It's called we will compare b with 0. If b is 0, and you would do like this. By the end of 0, you put a column. Where should you find the column? It's likely beside the code, beside the button code. You will find the column. But I just need 1 column here. Okay, if b equal to 0, I would tell the user saying you put a long number, and that's what I do. I would say print something. You're saying print something, and print, and you put an wrong number. So you just saying you put a long number. After I finish this code, and you say, hey, why there's a red light under my coding? Because if you have this one, if b equal to 0, and with a column, and they expect you to have two space in the next line. What does it mean? It means this 2 space or 4 space. You can do either 2 space or 4 space. It really doesn't matter. And if I like me, I like 2 space, and that's okay. And you can also do 4 space. That's also good. So I'm here just do 2 space, and which make this line of code, this line of code number 5 is a block of code inside this condition, this if condition. What I'm talking about is like if b equal to 0, you should do this. Okay, you should do print, you put a long number. Otherwise, you would say otherwise if b is not equal to 0, so you do the rest of them, okay. So what I'm going to do, just put else, and also by the end of else I put a column here, and I want this from 7 to 10 as the same code block, this block, and inside this else. So what I'm going to do is just like put 2 space here, 2 space here, and 2 space here, and also 2 space here. Okay, of course you can put 4 space, like 4 space, but you have to, the whole program you have to do it in the same way, like either 2 space or either 4 space. So but I want to just do 2 space. It's like I just put 2 space. It's easy for me to do the code because I only put 2 space, and now my program looks like this. And I would rephrase what I did here. I just have a condition called if b equal to 0, I will print you put a long number. Else, and I will do the normal things like have the addition, subtraction, and multiple, and divide all these result, and print it out in my bread console, this console. So I'm going to run it and do it to test the case, like 999, and press 0, and now it will show you put a long number. And now we try it again. This time is the normal way, 999, and you have 500, and now you get 4 answers because we do this, because now b is not equal to 0. That's why we print this 4, right? Ruth just tell me you can press the tab button instead of doing 2 space here in the front. So I wouldn't suggest you to press the tab. I wouldn't suggest you to press the tab. The reason is why, because Python will they would suggest you to have just space. In some of the editor, they didn't convert the tab into the space, and you might screw up with that tab. Okay, so you just do let's just do 2 space or 4 space and make it into a inside the code block. So what I want you to do, just fix your program, and also you put the b as the 0, and now you test and see if you can get the warning message called print you put a long number. If you do successfully got the this message, which means you're good, your program is okay. And at the meantime, please put a message into your chat box so we can move forward for the next program. Okay, I guess you guys have been done, and if you're not, and let's just see what's for our homework. And definitely this program is easy for you because it just like you have a if and else, right? If and have a if the b is equal to 0, you should give a warning to your student, to your user. And our homework is like this. And let me tell you what's our homework. The homework in our homework is like when we go back to school. When we go back to school, right? Back to school, and imagine that in front of your school there's a robot there, and this robot will ask you which grade are you in? Okay, so if you give the robot answer, for example, I'm in grade 6, or I'm in grade 7, the robot will, our robot, or maybe the principal will answer you a room number, okay? So for example, if you are going to so the robot will ask first, it would say let's say grade. We define a variable called grade. I used the character G, and your robot will ask, and which grade are you in, or something like this. And if you give the grade number, for example, is 6 or 7 or 5, or maybe just 1 to 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the way to 12. Okay, all the way to 12. You got the point, right? And also maybe we have kindergarten, something like that, or kindergarten, you should type K or something like this. Now if you have the input of any number up here, and you should give a room number, okay? You should give a room number. And for example, if like so how the school will assign the room number? The room number will be always have this. We'll have like this is 100 plus your grade. That's for 1 to 12. Like for example, if I'm in grade 1, and your room number should be 101. If you are in grade 2, your room number should be grade 102. And if your room number is 12, and you should the room number should be 112. All right, so I think you got the point. But for the kindergarten, because it is K, right? It's K, is not a number. And what you should do is just like for the kindergarten, we might tell the student saying, hey, you need to go to room 100. All right, so we have room 100 for kindergarten. Yeah, for the kindergarten is 100 room, and for the rest of them, it just have the room number 100 plus the grade. Okay, in of course in this homework, and you will use the if, right? So first you will see if G is equal to K, Okay, if it is the kindergarten, and we will print please go to room. Okay, room number, and now you have the G here, so you have the G. Go to room. Oh, sorry, it's 100. You go to room 100. Okay, that's because the kindergarten is need to go to 100, right? And now, if then your grade is not equal to K, you probably say maybe it's grade 1. So how am I going to do that? And you can do else, and now you have a more code block, and you do another if G is equal to something like this. Okay, but this time, because I want to add the grade number like 2 with 100, am I right? Now I can know the room number. So how am I going to add 100 to my grade? Because every time when you input the your grade is a string, like here is a string, they would see G is equal, your grade is kindergarten or not. If it's kindergarten, we will go to the room 100. Okay, if you are not in the kindergarten, and you should have like convert your grade from string to the integer. That's why we will do G equal to int, and now we will convert the G, your grade, from string to the number, to the integer in here. And now you have the integer here, so you pretty much just say print and print 100 plus G, your grade. And now I'm going to test my program and see if it works or not. And of course, you don't need to type this one because that is just a comment. And I put a pound key here, a pound sign, and it will just a comment. You don't have to have this one. And that's what I want to show you how the program do. And I will remove all of them, and now your program should look like this. And I will keep a copy of this. And now you have the input, and your robot will say which grade are you in, and now you should have the right room number. So what I'm going to do is just run, and I'm in grade 7, and now it's saying my room number is 107, and I run it again, and which grade are you in? It is I'm in the kindergarten, and then you should go to the room 100. And of course, I want to fix this problem because I should say please go to the room 100, right? So what I suggest you to do is just like type here, please go to room here. So what you need to do is fill the 100 plus G by the end of this sentence, and that's why I use plus and join them. Now the trick here is I convert the number 107 into a string. Like I convert 100 plus G, which is a number. This answer is a number, and I put it into a function called str, which is a string convert the number into a string. So you convert 107 into the string, and now I can use plus to join these two sentences, these two strings together. So let me just click run, and I'm gonna show you it work or not. So I click run. Now I'm in grade 7, and now it will show please go to room 107. So I miss an E here, and now I fix it. It should be please go to room 107. All right, so that's what I want you to do for your homework. And if you want to make your program more be more perfect, and you should keep an eye of what they are going to put the G. So if you want to make it be perfect, I want you to add some validation between going this code block. Like for example, if someone put a put a S, and I want you to stop them to doing this. So if you have any idea, please send me the solution how to fix this problem. But anyway, I just want you to finish the homework like this one, and you are good to go. If you have some spare time and you want your program to be more perfect, like for example, you can't stop people to make fun of your robot, right? You may say, hey, robot, I'm in grade 1000, and there's no 1000 in my school, and what will happen like that? And so I want you also to fix this problem. Like I don't want it to go to 1000. I want just K to 12. And if you can fix that and send me an email to help@dataera.ca, and once again I will put it into chat box, and I want you to submit your homework. If you can finish this coding, and that would be good, and send me to my email. If also if you have some spare time and you want to fix the problem, like in case someone make fun of your robot, and you want to say if they put some invalid number or character, and your program can stop them, like saying, hey, there's no 1000 grade 1000 in our school, something like this. And if you can fix the program and you also send me the solution, I'm more happy to have the perfect solution. Then we can do a demo next week. And I think that's it for today. And I also put my email address in the chat box. If you finish your homework, please email to me, like this 1 to 7, this program. If you finish it and you do a test, and if your program just work like what you expect, and send it to me. If you have some spare time, you think, hey, I want to stop some hacker or someone to hack my robot, and because someone may say, I'm in grade 50 and there's no grade 50 in my school, and I only have K to 12, and you can stop them, and it won't broke your program. Okay, and that's what I want you to do, and have fun with your coding, and don't forget to send me your homework. And also I also in the Zoom, and I may, if you have some problem or you want to talk to me, you can talk to me now, and otherwise I will continue with the junior level. All right. All right, for the junior level, I will have some water. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Alright, since no one in the Zoom, and I'm gonna close it. Alright, close. Okay, let's see. We are going to have the junior level, and if you are ready, please let me know and put a message into the chat box, in the YouTube chat box, and we can start. All right, like last week, I already assigned you guys homework, and you go to the CCC questions, and then I want you to also just go to the CCC and try to solve the problem for J4, the J4 problem. And I have Ali. He already sent me the answer, and he really did a good job. And I also have another student. He also emailed me the answer. Is from Great, and he also emailed me the answer for J4. So I'm going to just show you how it works and show you the code, and see you can catch what they mean in this lesson. Okay, so yeah, first I'm going to open my PyCharm. Like in my PyCharm, I show you what they did. Okay, so for Ali, and he sent me his homework for the J4 question. So in case you didn't read the answer, you still have some time right now, because I just demoed the code to you, and I'm going to read the question with you, because they are pretty much in the advanced level, like Ali and Great, and yeah, that's why I don't think they need to. For this lesson, I just demo their answer. But at the meantime, I will show you how to use the PyCharm if you don't know how to do that. So all right. So yeah. But what I want you to do, like for once you have finished your code, what I want you to do is you need to go to the website called dmoj.ca, and now you will find the question, and now you submit your answer and do the validation. And of course, if you already sign up with your school, like you are in a junior high or high school, you should have a student account, and you can also do your practice through that school account. Because I'm not a student, so I don't think I can access that school account. But next week I have Aaron to do the demonstration, and he should be able to tell you how to access your school account, and you can do that through your school account in Waterloo. But I don't, so I have to use the website called DOMJ. So I do domj.ca. See, it's the DMOJ. Sorry about that. DMOJ.ca. And in this website, usually you can find the questions in this website. and you will do the submission. And now what I want to do is like just come over here, all the problems, something like that, and you will search the problem like here, because my problem is have the cyclic shift, and then I do the search, and I may just go, and now I found this question. So you go to dmoj.ca. So let me just send you the link through dmoj.ca and called dmoj.ca. You're in junior level and you don't have to verify from J1 to J3 because it's pretty straightforward, and even for J4 it's pretty straightforward. So I don't think you need to do that to do the validation, but definitely you will do J5, because J5 usually you will hit some performance issue. That's why I want you to go to this website called dmoj.ca, and you can submit your answer to the to this website. But of course you have to sign up with this website, like I already signed up. And so you can do find the answer from the search bar, and like from the search bar like here, I do it one more time, and you go submissions, and now you should sorry about that, it's problems. You in the problems, and now you go problem search, and now you have you put the question name, and now you click search. Oh, sorry, it's go. And now you have the problems, and at the corner of here you can submit your solutions. And in this box you probably need to choose Python 3, like Python 3. But if you know C++, you can do C++, and or otherwise you may do Python 3. And I don't think you guys know Java or use the rest of them, but pretty much in the senior level you need to know C++. But for I'm not sure you guys can see my screen on the bottom, so let me move it up a little bit. But anyway, just yeah, you can go to the submission and you will see there's Python 3, and so that's why I choose Python 3 in the drop down. And now I have Ali's answer over here, so I will copy it and do a copy and paste inside here. And now I click the submit. Now they will do they will show you the final score, and do all the validation against the data set, because they have different data set, different input, and now they can do the validation. All right, and also the J5 also you can do, like I show you one more time for the J5. If you're having fun with the solving the problem, you can go ahead with the all these questions. So you can do 2020, 2019, and all these questions. So I will do the same thing and Google search, just go, and now you have the escape loop. Now you do submit, and also I have Ali's answer here, and now you can just copy the code you have. Now you drop in and submit. So yeah, again, he will show you the result. Okay, and that's how it worked for, yeah, to verify your code is working or not. And because most of the time, like, they might work in the first batches, but might not work in the last batches, like some of the batches, like, because is because of the performance issue. And in junior level, the last question of J5, it would be have some performance issue most of the time, and that's what we want you to do. And so that's why you need to go to this website and submit your answer. All right, and that's why I introduce you to do this. Of course, you will have the school account in Waterloo if you sign up with your school, and they will assign a user account for you. And let's just go back to the question, and I'm gonna read the question for J4, because in J4 it's just like saying this: you have you have two string, one string and the second string. For the second string, you might what they said is called cyclic shift. What they do here is, like, you keep moving. Like, for example, you have A, B, C, D, E. Let me just pull out a word and show it to you. But at the meantime, I want you to read the question. But this question is just about how to create this called cyclic shifts. And what you need to do, like, for example, you have the number A, B, C, D, E in here. If you want the link, I just give it to you. Right, so you just have A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E. And now, because A, B, C, D, E, it can be, you move the first letter from A to the end, so you will get another one called B, C, D, E, A. All right, and now you just keep moving, C, D, E, A, B. Now you will have D, E, A, B, C, and also you will have E, A, B, C, D. Now if you continue, it will be just A, B, C, D, E. You will go back to here, and you have all this sequence, and you will check if they already include as a substring in the first string, like this first string. So they said the first string is for the T. So you say the T. It doesn't really matter. You just like the first string, and now they have this. If they all of them have the substring, if they have it, and you will have output yes. Otherwise, you just output no. I guess just output no. Right? If the test T contain one of them, and then you would saying yes. If otherwise, it just saying no. If you go through all of them. Okay. So to solve this problem, obviously you just need to generate this guy, a list of them. So how am I going to generate them? And you just, what you need to do, just moving one letter to the end, and keep moving, and now you would have all the this called cyclic shift. all this one. Okay, so let's just do that first. And this time I will use PyCharm because I already told you guys you should use PyCharm. Otherwise, you have to use the Repel It, like the Repel It, and which I don't really like. So you can use Repel It, but it doesn't matter. Now I use PyCharm, and usually when you have the PyCharm open, and you should create a folder. What I did is I create a folder in the desktop and call projects, and also I have the another folder called CCC, and now I open the folder, and now I can create more folder inside the CCC. So for example, I give you like you can create a new project. Let me open one more time. I'm gonna show you. So if you open a PyCharm, you create a new project, and now you would go to create a folder for this project. Like for example, create a folder for this project. And of course, you make sure you have the virtual environment, which because here I install Python 3.7. You probably in Windows you have the Python 3.8.2 or something like that, or maybe more advanced. I'm not sure, but make sure you have the interpreter with the Python 3, not Python 2, 2.6 or 2.7. Just make sure that if you can't find it, and you might go here to create it, and you look for the path. Okay. If you still have some problem to finding this path, please let me know. I think some of you guys might have some difficult to set up the environment for Python. And of course, you need to install Python in your machine, right? So I guess if you didn't, you should go Python download, and now you go Python, and you download Python. Now you choose download Python 3.8.5, and you install for Windows or Linux or Mac, and it depends on which operation system you have. So you install it, and install also when you install, keep an eye of the location you install the Python. But in Windows, most likely it's just in the folder called programs for in your PC, and then you go all the way to find the Python. But here because I am in Mac, so that's why I have this. And now you after you create, you should have you can have the folder open, and like here I have the folder, and in this project I create one is 2020, and you can right click and new and go to the directory, and now you can create a directory, a new directory. So what I have here is 2020, and here I am going to again new, but this time I'm creating a Python file. So I choose Python file. So it's just saying J4, and don't put ABC because Michael tell me if the ABC it won't work. It's just causing the PyCharm crash. So don't use ABC. Okay, just use I use J4 and press enter, and now I can have the file open here. And of course, most of the time I just do the print and see if the work or not. So I print hello world. Now I click run. It doesn't work. So don't click the run here. And you should click the run in the menu and choose run for the first time. Okay, for the first time. But of course, you know the shortcut in your Windows, probably Control Shift R. In my map is saying is Control Shift Control Command R, and it also works if you can memorize this shortcut. So I click the run, and it gives you some option, like you choose the most of the time for your new file it should be the on the last one. So you click J4, and at the meantime you should have a console box over here, and it will show you the answer hello world. Okay. Yeah, and of course if you don't have PyCharm and you still have some problem with PyCharm, you should go to repair it, and we will just try to do your program. And when you start a program, and usually I want you to just do it as simple as it can, and because you can verify your code immediately, especially when you're doing the exam, and if you make a mistake, it's hard to figure it out. So let's just do it step by step and make sure your code or your function is working well. Now you can move forward with more complicated logic. So for example, I have a variable called, here is the second one is s. Let's say it's s. So it's have a s equal to a b c d e, right? But it will be have the input. But here because you want to make it faster to do your coding, so you just define s is a b c d e. In Python, if it is a string, you usually can do you can know how you can know how your, I mean, if they in Python you know how to loop your string. Like for example, you can loop the string, right? X in S, you can print and print X. So you can do this, and this time you can click run because you already choose here. It's J4. Now I can run. Yeah, you can do A, B, C, D, E, and loop through the whole string. But what I want you to do is, like, I want to move the letter from the beginning to the end. So what I want you to do, you just like and you just do moving it around. So like for example, you have like you have a variable s, so it will be, let's just print the first variable s. Now you will have moving moving the first character from the beginning to the end. Okay, so how am I going to do that? It's just like you press from 1 to the end. Okay, if you don't get it, it just like it start from the index 1, which is 0, 1, from B to E, and now B to E plus A, and now you will have B, C, D, E, A. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just click run again, and now you should have all of them, A, B, C, D, E, and also B, C, D, E, or you have like all of them, like what we did over here, like 1 to 5 of them, so 5 of them, and that's how you get all the what they call is the shift, the cyclic shifts. Okay, so now the program is easy for here, and you don't need the print, but you should variable to see if it is inside the first line, like this one, and I would put the first line t here. It's t here, right? And now you're just saying if s in t, you will print if t is s in t, you would do something like, for example, you would say let's say the requirement, if the text t contains one of them, you would say yes, otherwise you would say no, right? So in Python, you can do the substring, check the substring is in inside the string, like ABCDE. If ABCD is inside the T, you use in, right? Use in. So you can do if S in T, and then you can do something like print yes, something like that, print yes. And of course you can, and otherwise you can print no. All right, something like this. So let's see Ali here. So he used a thread, a variable, mark it is false, and now you, if it is true or false, and you are going to print yes or no. All right. So I will do the same thing here, but you still, I remember there's some probably not here. It's a while loop. You can do while loop, and in the while loop you will do while and condition. You can have else, something like this, to be if none of them to match that condition, you can have the else. But here I would just have a thread, like a thread equal to false, because or equal to 0 is up to you. And now you do the same thing if thread is true, and then I'm going to print yes. Else you print no. Okay. Now it have to be true, right? Because you already found it, and then you true. And if you still remember, we before in our lessons, because once you found it and you can you are done, and that's why you might use a break. But of course you can look through all of them, but it's waste of time. So that's why I break it here. If you found it and you just break. All right, so I'm going to run the program and see it work or not. And now it's saying yes. And of course for the whole program, you just do change to input, and now you would have input, and now it should be like you click run, and like what I showed you before, and you just go ahead with copy this sample input and paste it in here, and you would have a yes, something like this. Okay, so what I want you to do, just finish this code and let me know we can go ahead with the other question or not. All right, so yeah, from J1 to J4 is what some of the students tell me they can finish within 1 hour, and so you have another 2 hours to work on the last question. So that might be the strategy for you. So what I really want you to do, just finish this code as soon as possible, and if you're done, and we can move forward with something else. And of course, for this loop, you don't have to like me, and you can do like what Ali did here. Probably you can do just like a for range in range. That's what everyone like as something like this. So you can do like this. It's up to you. Yeah, really up to you. And you're just making a loop to loop through from one letter, every letter, and moving them to the back. And I think you got the point. And yeah, something like this. Yeah. So yeah, I want you to build your program and see if you can solve the J4. And of course, for next week, I want you to work on J5. And today I just give you some of to explain to you what it is, and also I give some ideas to you. And because I guess most of you guys can solve this problem, and what you need to do is just like how to optimize it. So yeah, I give you like about 5 minutes. You do it really quick with this J4, and yeah, we will move forward with the J5. Or you can use Ali's version or use Gray version. Gray also sent me this version, and yeah, he used upper, but yeah, just to let you guys know, in the CCC, they usually don't you don't need to convert them to the lowercase or uppercase, because you don't have to do the conversion. You don't I mean, then it's very few cases they do this kind of conversion, because why? Because not all the just remember that when in CCC you you're not all the students using the Python. Some of the students may use C++ or C or the other language, so they might not have this kind of function and doing the conversion. Like for example, range, and might not have it in C. So, but in Python is very handy, and that's why we might have this kind of function. And also, but Python is slow. It's pretty slow. So that's why if you really want to solve the problem, and you know C++ or C, and you can try use the C++ or C to deal with this J5. But I will stick with the Python here, and that's why I do the demo with the Python. You can see in Gray, and he put also have the 2 input and define a thread, and also make a range, and doing the range if it is true, and it's just saying yes. Okay, it is makes sense in a real scenario, like you are making everything in the uppercase. That is good. But in like what I told you, in CCC, they usually doesn't have this kind of thing. They won't trick you. And also Ali here, his program also very good, and he define a list, and that's why he have all the he generate all the possibility, and now he do a loop again with this string. That also work because yeah, it's pretty much the same, like you're doing it at the same time, but just loop twice. Okay, if you're done, just let me know and saying you're done with the question of J4. So I would congratulations to you and saying, hey, you are done, almost done with the junior level of the competition for CCC, and now you can move forward to the senior level. Am I right? Yeah, once you're done, and if you have time, you can read the question of J5. And I'm waiting for the other student to finish the coding. If you're done, and you can go ahead to read the question of J5, and I will give you some idea. And for next week, I also will invite Alec and Aaron will do the demo for their solution. And maybe Aaron will do the C++, and Ali will have the Python version. And I also have the Python version for you guys, and also my explain a little bit about the recursive, and because we do recursive in CCC, it will causing some problem. But I will talk about all of them in the coming lessons. Yeah. All right, I think you are done now, and so at the meantime, I want you to read the question 5. And I also, let me just copy this one and put it into the chat box. So if you haven't filed the document yet, and I also copy this one. All right. So if we go back to the last question of junior level, I want to finish this 2020 in the probably in the next lesson, and then we can move to something else. And I also want you guys to vote for that. And what are we going to learn? Like, are we going to stick with the CCC questions, or we want to do some HTML, CSS, and maybe the database, or maybe a game? And so I will put 4 options here, and you guys just vote for it. And if you say you decide, hey, I'm going to learn which direction we want to learn, and then I can decide. Okay, so the first one would be continue with CCC, and 2 we will do HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. 3 would be maybe not sure you guys hear about Unity 3D for game. So yeah, and also we have number 4, we will have database, like doing the database. So yeah, you can vote for it, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just vote for it and put it in the chat box and let me know after we finish 2020 what are we going to learn. If I can decide which one. And now I'm going to explain to you is J5, and it's called XKLoom. And in this one, I just show you the input here, and I will explain to you. So in the input is like a checking ball. Think about is just like a checking ball. I'm going to open my Google Shift, and I can explain to you by new and Google Shifts. So for example, like you have a right now it looks much more better. So something like this. So you have, for example, you have the a ball like this, So you start from this block, and you will just like the maze, and you find a way to go to the last block, like here. To me, here is like from A1, and how are you going to jump to the J6? But the rule here is like, for example, in this case, 310. So you have 316, and 10, 11, 12. And 8, 12, 3. And 14, 12, 9. 14, 12, 9. All right, so yeah, I guess you need to jump from A1 to all the way to D3. This one, D3. Yeah, let me just color it, and that is the acid. And from this one is the green one is from the star. So what they want to do is like from the beginning A3, you like because A3 is number 3, and you find the row like row number multiplied by the column number. If that is equal to this value, and you can jump over to there. So for example, if you have number 3 here, obviously you would have 1 and row 1, and then you have the column 3, like C is 3. So, and you can jump from 3 to C here. Like I'm going to just mark it. I change to different color, like purple. So I can jump over here. Of course, you can jump over to this one, 1 and 3. Jump over here. And now you just keep doing the same thing. Like this value is 8, right? 8. You can have, for example, 2 by 4, like 2 and by 4, and you're gonna go over here, 2 by 4, right? So now you do 2 by 4. Let's just change to yellow. Oops, doesn't look good. Or maybe blue. So you can jump from number 8 to 12. And for 6, this number 6, you can do 2 by 3, right? 2 by 3, 2 by 3. So you can do this one. You can also jump over here. From 6, jump over here. 2, 3. Now in here, and now you have 12, because 12 you can be 3 by 4. So it's 3 by 4. And now you can jump to 9. And that's how you solve the problem. And you know, oh, it is okay, and you can escape from this loop. And that's the question. So the question is, are you able to escape from the loop? If yes, and then you print yes. If no, and you print no. Okay. So the trick here is like, yeah, like when we play the maze, we all you might one other way you can start from the beginning, like from here, and you try to get all the combination of the like combination of for this value. But obviously you can do like from 1 to 3 and multiple 1 to 4. You do all the combination, and now you get it. You get all the possibility to jump to which one. Okay, that's one of the way to do it. So you just have make a big table, or make another table, like except this table you do. Let me show you what I mean. For example, you can imagine here is the first block, it would be 1, right? And then this one would be 2, this one would be 3, this one would be 4, and this one is 1 part, and it would be 2, and this one would be 2 by 2 is 4, and something like this. So you will get all the value in your big table in the value. And now you could let me just finish this one. 2 by 3 is 6, and this one is 2 by 4 is 8, and this one is 3, and this one would be 2 by 3 is 6, and this one is C by 3 by 3 is 9, and this one is 12. So you have a table and have all the value. That's why you know from here, and you can know you look up this table, and you know where you can jump. And now you can go ahead with this. And that's when we play the maze, you can do from the beginning, or the other way is you can do it from the back, and you just do, hey, I'm going to have because in this one if you in order to jump over here, you have to be 3 by 4 have to be 3 by 4, the value of 3 by 4, which is 12. So you probably have look up everything and look for 12. Okay, so you look up 12, and now from these two, and you can look up the other possibility, and the same, like just moving backward. You're moving backward, right? You're moving backward, and that's the other solution. You can doing from beginning, or you can doing from the back, and pretty much either way will work in some simple case. And yeah, and that's the homework for you guys to do for next week. And there are the last 9 minutes or 8 minutes, and what I want you to do is just give you a basic concept of how to do something like doing something like recursive, what we call recursive. Like, for example, you imagine that you have you have a like the step, like the first step in here, right? You go next in the stair, you go one step and next step and two step and three step and four step. You go all the way down, and after you go to all the way down, and you can go back, something like this. So what I mean to tell you here is I'm gonna show you a something called recursive. Let's just say steps and define a file called steps. So what I want you to do is like you define a function called go down, right? So every time you just go down one level, like you go down. For example, you call itself, just go down, just keep going down. Okay, you have a function, and then it keep calling itself, it's just going down. Okay, that's called recursive. Like you will print let's just print something. Yes, something like this. And you define a function called go down. So let's just every time you start from step 0. So every time if we go down one step before we go down step, and we want to check if which level. So if the level greater than 10, let's say greater than 10, so you go order level 10, and you should go back if greater than 10 or equal, and you should return maybe just a return, and otherwise you will keep going down, like something like that. You will keep going down, but something like this. So I will to level subtract 1, because you will go down one level. And what I want you to do is just like I will print before I do it, and I will print my level. So that's what I want you to do. And now I print go down level 0, because we start from 0, or we can it will show you how to go down. Of course, because you have to subtract 1, and it will go all the way to the negative. So let me just run it and see what happened. Oops, sorry. And I have to click run. And now choose steps. And it's saying the maximum. So, oh yeah, because the level will going down. So that's why I have the negative. So that's why it go all the way down to the 1000, which is the 1000 is the maximum recursion of Python. And then I will click run, and now you see it go all the way from -1 and all the way to should be go all the way to the -11. So yeah, that is called recursive in to do the programming. And it's probably not that clear for you, but I want you to play with this kind of thing. Just define a function, and inside the function you are calling Excel. Just keep going down and down. And what I want you to do, like if you go down one level, you will get like if you go down one level and you will collect some coin. Like for example, imagine that is a game, like this game, and you go here go down one level, in this level you would have a con 2, like 2 con, and you going another down and then another down. If you play Minecraft and you said, hey, I am going keep going down and I get some mining something, so imagine that like you go all the way down, and every time you add up into your wallet, or inventory, go to 0. So if you're going down and you will collect some corn in the level, and so for example, if there is level 2, like I may just flip it over, just like not using the negative, I will use the positive, so it might be easier for you. And just go down and collect. In level 1 you will get a 2 point into your inventory. In level 3 you will get 2 point, and that's all the way to going down to the level 10. Okay, so yeah, that is called recursion. I show you the word recursion or recursive programming. And you are going to play with this small program, and for this week, and you also try to solve the problem of J5, and yeah, you might be able to try the possibility for these two. You can do it from the back, go all the way to the first one, or either you can go from the first one to the last one. It's up to you. And if you have time, you can try both. And also we learn something about called recursive programming, and basically is cell calling itself. So it's just calling the same function, go down and then go down. You go all the way down, right? And you also because in J5 you might not use this recursive programming, because the recursive programming is have the limit on the level, go all the way down, and you only have 1000 level, and you will hit the bottom of the maximum recursion. And we will switch from the recursive to something we call a queue, like a queue, recursive programming to a queue, or stat, or whatever you call. But yeah, we will do it next week. And but this week I want you to play with this small piece of code, like how it works, just going down and down, and see if the what happened. Or also, if every level you're going down, you will collect some corn. You add up the level, like for example, if you are in the level 2, and then you get two corn, and see if you can go all the way down, and now you go up and see if you can grab all the corn or not. Okay, that's called recursive programming. And yeah, I think that's it for today. And if you also have some problem, you can do you can come over to my Zoom. Like if you have Python problem, or you have some problem, you can go Zoom, and I might probably give you some idea how to fix the problem. Okay, the homework is like first you need to of course, you need to finish the J4, right? The J4. I am pretty sure you guys already finished it. The second one is you try to solve the problem of J5, the escape loop, and also you try this programming, this kind of thing, that you define a function but you call the function inside your cell, so it just keep going down all the way down to the, and of course after it can come back to return all the way back, and make sure you have this condition because otherwise it will go all the way to the bottom. Right. All right.